So Federico, you're promoting, you mentioned it already, a future factory. What does the machine shop or the manufacturing company look like in the future, 3 to 5 years from now? What type of integrations and technology do you think are going to be leading the way for what the future factory looks like?
Yeah, I think certainly many of these things will have to do with, say, sensors. So how sensors are placed on your machines or in your production line to kind of keep track of things, right? To understand inventory, to understand material handling, those kinds of things. Certainly, there's been a lot of discussion about the cobots, or and how we work with those in a real sense, not just pre-programmed, but that could actually interact with the human. And so we're looking at some of that. And then I would say that we talked, I think, about this earlier, the AR, augmented and virtual reality. I think you're going to see a lot more of that as well, because this is a space where you can, as your workforce is retiring or moving out, you can capture that data and information from those workers and kind of retain that knowledge and be able to help to train and equip your future workforce with that.
How do we retain that knowledge, and what is the vehicle that's going to hold it?
Right. So as I understand, with the HoloLens, you can record and kind of voice and speak over the process.
Didn't know anything about this at all.
And
that's why I'm asking.
No, exactly. And so that you can record, like literally we have an example on the shop floor where we have a 3D printer that, obviously not everyone knows how to operate and open and close and maintain.
Sure.
So we had someone just kind of step through that. Take the base out, fill up the liquid, put it back in, close it. So literally you can go through this step and then you're watching it as he's doing it. So when you put on the lens, now you look at the printer.
It's the lens over your eye.
Exactly.
Okay,
now when you put the lens on, it's
are.
projecting and showing you the step-by-step of what that person did so that you can actually repeat that. And sometimes you may not be able to have a HoloLens, so they'll use like an iPad or something where the iPad will hover over the device.
I've seen that.
And then it'll step you through, like it's not happening, but it's virtually happening on the iPad. It's showing you open up the panel and touch this thing and connect that, and it's very exciting.
I hear they're doing that for like machine maintenance.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to send a technician into your shop floor. You put on one of those lenses and you walk up to the machine, and some guy maybe on the other side of the country is assisting you in diagnosing the issue on your machine tool.
Well, this is something that we really have to get on board with, because the expertise is dwindling,
right? And
you can only fly people around so much. We had this conversation when we were at the Haas factory in California, and was it Terry Berry mentioned that he had a customer that was just going bananas over a problem that he was having, and they flew out Terry Berry, and he, literally solved the problem in like 5 minutes. But like if they use some kind of,
virtual
reality, which Haas is talking about doing, it would have, he could literally be sitting in his office or his cubicle and be solving 5 of those problems an hour instead of getting on the airplane and going over there. It's just,
and that's something I hear,
the productivity could be mind-boggling.
I hear consistently when I travel, just everywhere I go, that they have a hard time getting timely service from whoever they bought the machine tool from. It's not one brand. It's all.
It's all of them. Totally.
So if there was a way to kind of,
it being in Elk Grove Village in Chicago, we have access to those.
Well, that's one of the great things about Chicago is we're at an epicenter of manufacturing.
We are, and not only that, but Elk Grove Village is the what they say is the largest industrial area in the country. But at the end of the day, what if you're one of those machine shops that are in a very remote
Tulsa
location,
or Arizona or
anywhere? It could be
else.
anywhere. But anyway, I think that, so what I'm hearing, Federico, is automation, quite frankly.
Yes.
To put all those things that we just talked about. And
see, you hear automation, I just hear productivity. We're just, as a country, we're trying to be more productive with the resources that we already have.
Efficient too.
But we have certain resources, and those could be human resources, the expertise, and like, how do we be more productive? So how do we have that technician solve, 2 to 5 problems an hour instead of a problem a day because he has to travel and go out there and everything. I mean, that's huge. I mean, you could do this across so many. I mean, this is not a manufacturing thing. You could do this with across many industries. HVAC. You could do this any kind of like skilled technical industry. You know, this notion of augmented or virtual reality is gonna change things. You know.